whom to hire, you usually sit pretty. When you have a problem, you just consult yourself, with the occasional call to treasured gal pals, mom for big-ticket items, or your cousin the psychologist in case a decision could hurt a family member's feelings, heaven forbid. And then steer the big ship of needy friends and relatives to the correct result. But I bet there's a big exception to your expertise. It's the law. Women and the law have long had a rocky relationship. Sure, today women are Supreme Court justices, partners at prestigious law firms, chairwomen of major law enforcement agencies. Then again, a woman wasn't named partner in a United States law firm until 1937, when the intriguingly named Soya Menshikoff got the nod at the intimidatingly titled Spence, Hotchkiss, Parker, and Duryea. Not a single woman graduated from Harvard Law School until 1953. Recent strides aside, we are still catching up professionally from a very late start. While you may be only vaguely aware of the status of women in the legal profession, I guarantee you are an avid consumer of law stories. Who can resist that idle flip through an afternoon's cable offerings until you hear the familiar da-dum and settle into the guilty pleasure of some Law and Order reruns? Did you watch any coverage of the lurid Casey Anthony murder trial? Read a legal thriller? Thought so. So here's what I don't understand. If some of us are advancing professionally as lawyers, and all of us are enthralled by the law, why are women reliably dumbfounded when they have a legal problem? It pains me to bring it up, but it's true. Legal problems are as predictable as bad weather, and somehow, though we are otherwise often immaculately attired, we never carry appropriate umbrellas. Consider two dire emergencies I heard about in a recent 2-week stretch. Each happened to a friend of mine who told me her story unsolicited. 1. A registered nurse and mother of 2 wonderful children, happily married and enjoying an idyllic, outdoorsy life, learns that her husband has spent 16 of their 23 married years in a secret relationship with another woman. 2. Still another successful working mother with affluent parents who live independently and well in another state, discovers they have lost a substantial chunk of their savings to a fraudulent financial advisor. He gained her parents' trust after he was able to impress them with the knowledge of family information he had gleaned from a rudimentary Google search. Smart women? Yes. Generally clued into the best approach to professional and personal problems? Absolutely. Clueless about how to respond to these life-altering problems? Utterly. Have these types of unnerving emergencies happened to you? There are only 2 possible answers. No, and not yet. If you are still skeptical, let's try this pop quiz. It's pass-fail and just between us, so be honest. Question 1. If you are married, are you maintaining separate credit accounts? And do you understand that you are fully liable for debt your spouse rings up in any joint accounts, even if you were eventually to split? 2. If you have children, have you designated a guardian in case something happens to you? 3. Whether or not you have children, or even a spouse or partner, have you signed an advance medical directive and identified someone you trust to look after your finances in case you take ill? If you answered no to any of these questions, welcome to one of America's largest unheralded demographics. Women who think laws related to childcare, money, illness, and death somehow don't apply to them. I'm going to try not to raise my voice, but there's something I want you to understand. You don't get to decide when your luck will run out or when your fortunes take a turn for the worse. Nor do you get a vote about whether your contractor will abandon your job, whether your boss will hit on you, or whether a doctor will commit malpractice. Ladies, it's time we acknowledge an essential truth of modern life. Whether or not you invite it into your life, the law will find you. When it does, will you be ready to respond? If you are prepared, you have increased your odds that you can properly answer these predictable questions. Should you sign that prenup? Remarry? Read the incomprehensible lease for your son's first apartment before you co-sign? I wrote this book so you can understand the legal issues that will fall inevitably, and just like our jawlines, into the most carefully protected lives. I'm a lawyer who worked at a leading New York firm for several years and helped clients with a wide range of problems, from children who needed to be legally emancipated from their harmful parent so they could be adopted by a loving foster family, to major media companies who wanted to assert their intellectual property rights in the digital age.